You're listening to Party Nerds Weekly.
What's up? What's going on? I know everybody watched X-Men 97, the 9th episode. Crazy. We don't got Grandmaster Facts tonight, but you know he's doing the Lord's work wherever he's doing. But we'll catch him back on Monday. You know it's your boy Haas Diesel, baby. We got Ralphie down on the bottom, and then we got the evil, recklessly evil producer Jorge controlling things on the ones and twos. But fellas, I gotta get y'all reaction, man. We all seen it. All right. So what's up with this episode, man? What y'all think?
Mind blown. Absolutely mind blown. Absolute what I expected, an expectation of, okay, so you're telling me the 3 episodes are going to be like crazy? That's what we got. It
did it for
crazy.
It did it for you.
Crazy.
Did it for you. Jorge, what you thinking,
Dude,
man?
What a roller coaster. Holy shit. Like, one second you felt bad, and the second you're angry.
Yes. A lot of emotions. A lot of
Holy-
emotions. And obviously, the biggest reveal of the episode happened at the end. They went X-Men 25 on it.
Oh, shit.
Magneto ripped the antimadium out of Wolverine. Dog, I never thought I would see the day where I could visually see it in motion, right? And they went there with it. Like X-Men 97 went there. We said it before. This is not. It is a continuation of the animated series, but this is grown. This is not a Saturday morning cartoon. They went all the way there, right? And it's literally, I mean, almost page for page from the comic, man. They just put it right to life. Jorge, Ralphie, how did y'all feel when you actually seen that happen?
First off, give another kudos again to the animation team, because one, the animation from this, phenomenal.
Crazy.
Once again. It's getting to a point where I really feel like they had like an anime from like Japanese to integrate into it, because you're taking from stuff from like when Wolverine was like going at basically Magneto. You know what I'm saying? And then you had the Storm and the whole Storm flight and all that types of stuff. Like everything from it was just beautiful. But then it was just like the drama. Like we have to talk about the drama, because it was just a beautiful buildup that you got from, you know, obviously Scott and fucking Cable having that connection, the father and son connection. Like finally, like we were waiting for something like that. To having Madeline. Wow, I got them both commits. Call me Scott. Call me Scott.
Scott does it all the time, man. Go ahead.
From Gene to Cable having, again, like the mother and son connection, to like him basically flipping the switch, because Sinister was basically like, I'm just waiting. Boom, I'm gonna hit the switch on you. To having that, to again having basically just the X-Men combat each other, gold team versus blue team, basically just going at each other. And all in all, you got an episode, bro. You got a soap opera, you got action, you got an episode. And once again, shout outs to Bo for doing his damn thing, because he's killing it once again.
What do we have to do to protest to get this man back, bro? Like seriously,
said,
like who's writing like this in a Marvel project and a DC project? Like we haven't had this level, like in a show. Like some of the animated DC movies go there, but this here is crazy.
Wolverine got his
whoa. No, did he? But he did. No, he really did. Like Wolverine really got his soul taken. Like it was crazy. And E. Bradley, definitely. See, E. Bradley's paying attention, man. Now, if you guys out there, y'all don't know what Pride of the X-Men is, it was a pilot that came out during one of the Spider-Man shows back in the late 80s, right? So they would have a Spider-Man show come on, and then for like one episode, 1 week or whatever it was, they put Pride of the X-Men on, and nobody picked it up. The episode wasn't all that good. It was kind of campy, but in that episode, you had all the original costumes. I believe the Blackbird that they used, that Forge was flying in the with Storm, was the Blackbird they used in Pride of the X-Men. So it's that connection. I don't think they're canonizing it with it, but they definitely use those Easter eggs and everything. We got the suits, Wolverine's old suit, Cyclops' old suit.
Mm.
Storm already had the old suit. You know what I'm saying? So they went there with it. But yeah, and then from Pride of X-Men right into Fatal Attractions, like I said, X-Men 25, that thing, man. Magneto was fed up. Fed up. Like this is the thing. And the way they wrote it, the way Bo DeMeo wrote this, Magneto, after he's getting stabbed by Wolverine, because that whole episode, Wolverine, that's all Wolverine wanted to do. He wanted to kill Magneto. Like he didn't, there was no talking with Wolverine. Right? There was no talking. That whole episode. He kept splashing his claws. This is what we gotta do. Like this is all he was doing. So when he finally got his moment, he stabbed Magneto. In a way, love the artwork, by the way, because it made it seem like Magneto was dead. Like he like choked up, but Magneto's a strong cat, man. he's been tortured in all kinds of different ways. That was nothing to him. The way he said, like he literally said, this feud, this feud between me and you is over. Like it's over. And began just ripping the animanium. And then, mind you, I know there's kids watching this, and those little kids, they ain't read the comic, they don't know this. Like this is kind of traumatizing. Like they went there with it. Like I said, it's not a kid's show. Ralphie, what you think?
I had to go ahead and sit there and say, like, again, I think Bo did a great job at build up, or more or less for everyone who has not kind of like watched. If you really paid attention, the way that the interaction between Wolverine and Magneto, it kind of stemmed like it's been boiling beef, right? It's like, I've been new, you've been wanting to go ahead and take care of this. The thing is why you gotta kind of big up Magneto, because he's just sitting there like, I've been waiting for you to strike. I've been wanting you to strike. And when he said the feud is over, because he was waiting for just whatever to happen, that's when he was like, all right, cool, I wanted you to go ahead and make this one chess move just so I can finish you. So it's crazy if a person who hasn't watched it to know, like, if you've been paying attention, yeah, like this has been some Kendrick Drake type beef stick. Like he's just been waiting for him to just kind of make your move just so I can finish you off.
Dude, the sermons that Magneto was delivering, freaking
crazy, right? So,
shit.
yes, and it's like you can tell, like the way Bo DeMeo was writing, he was writing like as if Ian McKellen or Michael Fassbender was playing the part. Like they delivered so many great lines in the movies. This Magneto in X-Men 97 is doing the same thing. Like that talk when he brought Asteroid M at the to the X-Men property, the X-Mansion property, and he was just, I mean, they were just going back and forth, and Magneto did not flinch a bit, talking about like, you know, you had me walk in your shoes, like when you're gonna walk in mine. Like it was just perfect writing. Go ahead.
Can we even mention that even Xavier Charles was, even at a certain point, afraid of, like, y'all just unleashed the inner hatred that Magnus basically has. Like he himself has been trying to contain it for so long that now it's to a point where he's like, bro, I'm trying to really reason with you. Like, I need you to chill out. There's no chilling out. It's gone.
No, and you know what? And this is what I was talking about the other day on the pod on Monday. Like, some of the X-Men are going to follow Magneto, and we've seen that with Rogue, we've seen that with Sunspot. They're going to follow Magneto, and the connection. Hold on, let me get to this comment. Rogue's speech was the best. Yes, it was the best, and anybody can get it with Rogue. And to piggyback off of E. Bradley, when Storm was like, "You're going to turn your back on family," Rogue was like, "You wasn't there. You wasn't there, girl." Yeah. Like he wasn't, and she's right. Like, number one, Storm bounced. She didn't have her power. She bounced on everybody, right? Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, Rogue said, "I was the only one there. I was the only one there. Her and Nightcrawler and Gambit. That was it. And Magneto. Everybody else wasn't there." So Rogue right now, number one, mental health. She's going through it. Yep. Let's be real. Number one, she thought, Gambit's gone. She thought she lost Magneto. Like, all that destruction, like, she's out of it. So trying to reason with her right now and talk this family stuff when she realized I was the only one over there. Now, she wasn't trying to hear that. And she made that commitment that I'm going to help lead the mutant race into a better day. So she went with Magneto. Sunspot.
I'm surprised why he went.
So think about it, Jorge. Sunspot, and he said it himself. His mom let the Prime Sentinels. Yeah, yo, Professor X was showing his worst stuff this episode. We'll get to that in a little bit. But he said his mom put him in it, let the Sentinels, the Prime Sentinels, take him away, collar him up and take him away. So right now he's not feeling humanity, and he came in. He's not even feeling his mom. So he has no reason, and he was never really part of the X-Men, right? So he literally just put his suit on, right? So there's no connection there. The only connection he really had was with Jubilee.
Yeah, I thought that was like wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's only sex. Apparently, it's just sex because they're just begging it out, and he's like, "Fuck it, I'm going with Magneto." So I don't know what to tell you, but he has no connection either. So he went. But the thing is, and we've seen from the first episode of the season 2 up to this point, Scott's changing into someone else. So when normally, if Scott didn't have a change of perception of what's going on in the world today, early in maybe the seasons before, he would have never shot at Professor X to save Magneto, right? He hated Magneto. Cyclops did. He didn't want Magneto anywhere near the facility when it was deemed that he would take over the X-Mansion, right? So any other time he would not save Magneto from Professor X, and he stopped. He literally stopped Professor X, because what Professor X could have done, he could have reshaped the Earth's magnetic field, right, and got the power back on and used Magneto's powers to do that. But Scott shot at him, and he had to even say, "Sorry, sir," but. So Scott is changing, man. Like I would literally, like next season, I don't even expect Cyclops to even be on a team. Like that's where I see his arc going. Like I really see them branching out. Ralphie, what you think, man? Like
I mean,
it's pretty crazy out
I think if it really came down to like Scott's perception, you can definitely, like I said, you can see the change for sure.
Right.
But Scott is still stuck in a hard place with dealing with the whole Jean, Madeline, and Cable thing. Like he mid battle, he basically just again froze up just to see, I guess, another lover of his just pass away. Because we don't know necessarily what happened. All I know is Cable blasted her and boom, it's gone. So
yes.
My anticipation, right, at this point for Cyclops is he's gonna just at this point be on his own. He's his own, basically Captain Cop at this point, handling the situation for whatever he feels is the right thing to do, which is protecting the mutant, protecting his family. But if you against him, yeah, you better get out the way.
Now y'all know the rule now. You always got to remember the rule. If you don't see a body, we can't confirm a death. So what I'm saying is, hey, we seen Storm get shot down right into the water. We see Forge burning up in the well, he wasn't burning up, but the Blackbird was burning up, and he was about to go crash into the island, right? And then you got, like you said, like Jean's fighting Cable, and Cable is using his telekinetic powers to try to overpower Jean. And she says, "Scott, I love you," and was out. But me personally, I believe Jean is going to be fine. I believe Storm is going to obviously be fine. Forge is going to be okay. Like if we don't see the body, we gotta, even though it might trick us at first, you always gotta remember you gotta show a body. Because one death we do know is Gambit, and they showed us his body. And some of those other mutants that passed, like Sebastian Shaw and Calypso and Dazzler, like Moira McTaggart, she's human, but we all seen their bodies. So remember that. We didn't see the body. They should be back next week.
So,
but Scott doesn't know that.
I was gonna say, with your definition about we seen the body, so then technically with Wolverine having his metal basically being pulled out, is that it? Is that his body right there?
No. So again, X-Men 25 Fatal Attraction. also there's Uncanny X-Men 304. So that's the comic that was actually before X-Men 25. There's always multiple X-Men titles going around. And then X-Force 25 deals with Fatal Attractions too. So we got in that comic, so Wolverine does not pass.
Okay.
All right. But he becomes deformed, like in a feral state, like he's fucked up. Like we might see him look like marshmallows next episode because if you think about it, Antimanium is getting ripped out of his body, so he's deformed. I don't know how far they're gonna go with that in this show, but in the he was like deformed. And this is where in the comics he realized he had bone claws. So in the comics at first he didn't realize he didn't know he had bone claws because when by the time he got his Antimanium, he thought the claws came with the whole surgery, right?
Mhm.
That's what they thought. But that's when he learns he has bone claws, right? So he like a lot of the comics he calls bone claws and stuff. So I think I know he's not dead, but Wolverine's gonna be fucked up, and he's gonna be mentally fucked up for season 2 because he's gonna want his Animanium back. And there's a story with Apocalypse that he had to fight Sabretooth, beat Sabretooth, which he did, and then Apocalypse gave him back his Antimanium, put it back in him, and then he had to go work for Apocalypse as a horseman. So, I mean, we can go there. I already think like Apocalypse is going to resurrect Gambit as death for his horseman, to lead his horseman. So he could do that with Wolverine too, and we might have a whole crazy season where we have former X-Men working for Apocalypse because Wolverine's gonna be fucked up.
But Magneto, Wolverine got him right in the freaking heart, bro. You think Magneto's gonna survive from his wounds?
I think he will.
I feel like he needs an ambulance. Like I mean, me personally, like Magneto is not supposed to have a healing factor. But I mean, who knows? Like he's been through a lot of shit. He's been through the Holocaust. He's been tortured. He's been all kinds of shit. So the strong matter of fact, he survived Genosha. He literally just survived Genosha. So if y'all remember Spider-Man No Way Home, he got stabbed too, Tobey Maguire, and he was like, I've been stabbed before. So I'm looking at it like that. Like I've been stabbed before, Magneto. I've been through worse. I'm good. Maybe somebody else would have died, but Wolverine got him so good, bro. Like so good. Like blood on the blood on.
I was gonna say that like I said, once again, the animation team, shout outs to you, perfect. But I think if you use the pain is power type of mythology from it, that's what I'd take for that. It was just like I needed you to do this just to give me the energy that I can do what I'm about to do, which was boom, I'm gonna rip you apart with no harm. Like it's just all in all, is you had taken this person to the brink of, like, again, his Holocaust background, whatever the case may be. Like you took him to the brink. He is now gone. There's no saving him. Even X trying to like use the telepath and all that. You can't save this brother. And for you to utilize, again, you just wanted to stab me. All you think is violence. All you know is violence. And I've been holding out for so long.
Well, let me cut you. I don't mean to interrupt, but hold up.
Read that.
All right, hold on. Professor X pissed me off coming back trying to push peace with everything happening while he was up in space clapping bird cheeks. Now look, Magneto said, look, Mr. Biggs, Magneto's on that same shit because Magneto literally told Xavier, he was like, yo, you was up there with your bird queen. Clapping bird cheeks is crazy.
He's speaking facts.
It's real facts. But Magneto said it. You're up there with your bird queen or whatever. Like, yo, real shit. Like, Xavier,
you gave this to me.
Yes.
You gave me all of this. You was out there preoccupied with your new legs.
With that bird bitch. With that bird bitch. Magneto said that.
And then you think you can come back and say, when he said the 2 words, which everybody was probably waiting on, he said, I got 2 words for you. Shut up.
He was going to say, F you.
Bro,
I thought he was.
Bro,
shut up.
All Xavier was doing that whole episode was trying to talk, and ain't nobody trying to hear it. Scott wasn't trying to hear it. Magneto's not trying to hear it. Like, nobody's trying to hear all this shit, bro. Like, you can't. Number one, you're back so late. Number 2, you let this shit go to shit. Like, Xavier's not looking good at all right now. And then he came and trusted his own X-Men because they're shooting at him.
What's up,
Jen? What up, Jen? Yo. But Magneto, he said that, he was with that bird bitch up in
So
space.
I have a question for both of y'all then, and also people who are in the comments. Whose team are you on? Because honestly, that really comes down to it: is whose team gave you the compelling ideology? Whose team are you on?
I mean, I've been saying, like, first of all, Magneto's been right. Like that's number one. Magneto's been right, and Xavier is more of a villain than people could ever believe. Like, if you think Xavier's a good guy, look at what he's done. He's I mean, multiple mutants. Yeah, definitely Magneto, Mr.
Yeah.
Diggs. Definitely Magneto. He puts blocks in other mutants' minds to trap memories so he can basically control how they act. Like, he invades your mind. And he's done that to Magneto. He's done that to Jean. He's done that to Wolverine and multiple other mutants. Like, Xavier does stuff you're not supposed to do. And he abuses his power at times. And this time, he got into his whole I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna leave this shit to Magneto, let him deal with it. Like, it's crazy. All right, Doc's back, and Doc says, I'm Team Magneto. He never lied. He's able to clap Rogue so so still in G. Yo, he is clap. Look, that's why Rogue went back. Basically,
Yeah.
she's like, "Look, Remy
Bradley's Team Magneto too.
Who?
Bradley's Team Magneto, even though Professor X or Squad. I don't know.
I mean, Magneto doesn't mean much of a squad. Like, he has the Earth in the palm of his hand right now, so he doesn't even need much of a squad. He can just roll by himself. To be honest with you, he's that powerful.
Yeah.
But no, I think a lot of people, and this is again, you go back to the civil rights movement. A lot of people sided with Malcolm X with his, by any means necessary approach to Martin Luther King, the Professor X character. It's like, oh, we should ingrate ourselves and we shouldn't fight. We shouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, Malcolm X was about that action. Like, yo, we're gonna get what we want by any means necessary. So this is where that Magneto and Professor X dynamic is right now. Doc's back, and Doc says anybody that can clap Rogue's cheeks and live is my leader. Xavier needed prosthetics. Yo, and he doesn't even have those prosthetics. Again, we keep talking about it. The Shi'ar, they set his motherfucking ass back.
My boy had
damn legs.
My boy was in the wheelchair. My boy was in the wheelchair with the blanket.
Oh God! Why the blanket? Can somebody explain to me the blanket? Like, I don't understand the blanket. Does he not want to wear pants? Like, I don't. I just want to roll around in my crib pantsless. So I'm gonna just put this blanket on. Don't touch my blanket. You don't want to see what's under there. Like, what the fuck is that? That's weird to me.
The blanket is because of the last mass structure for his legs. You can't do no more with the legs. You can't do squats. You don't got no. So clearly he's like,
damn right doing no squats.
Keep everything up here. Keep everything up here.
The homeless man blanket, 100%. Like, I never got the blanket. Like, I never understood that. I just feel like he doesn't feel like wearing pants. That's just me. I feel like he doesn't want to. He just wants his shit to hang, and that's what it is. Like, I feel like he's
terrible. You are terrible.
I feel like this reason. Why do you have a blanket? Like, why do you have a? He has half a suit and then a blanket. Like, it doesn't.
Maybe
it doesn't make
he's cold. Maybe he's cold.
So put some motherfucking pants on, and he should be cold down there anyway because he can't feel nothing. He can't feel his legs.
Disclaimer: we appreciate all those who don't have legs, eyes, hands, whatever the case may be. Welcome to the party, nerds. I'm your host.
Yo, Jen she leaves a comment and she says, "It's for him to pitch intense." Yo, he might be pitch intense. It's gonna be pretty hard for Professor X to pitch a tent, though. He can only get that shit like waist high.
What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all?
High.
What is wrong?
And nobody's fucking with him right now. So who's gonna help him?
Yep.
Doc's back with plenty of comments. Doc says he keeps an empty jar under there. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. We doing Xavier dirty, man. But we doing them dirty. But no, I think most people are gonna side with Magneto. Like,
right.
At the end of the day, like, it's now the problem is Magneto's extreme. So yeah, he may be right, but he's going to the extreme and he's risking Earth because he broke down the magnetic field. They only have hours left before I guess, solar flares and shit burn up the planet. So the one thing Xavier did say that Magneto should have listened was, "Hey, like you're destroying humans and mutants."
Right.
But Magneto's like, "Well, whatever mutants want to follow me, we're bouncing this motherfucker out of here, and we're gonna watch the Earth burn from asteroid M." Basically, that's basically what he said. Like, we're gonna be up there. So, what do you think? Like, what do you think Magneto do? Like, he already ripped the adamantium off of Wolverine, right? But if he wants to save mutant kind, I mean, what does he need to do?
I don't. The thing is at this point, is just to show perspective that if you're not with us, you're against us. Like that's really the mentality. If you're not here to protect your kind, your peoples, the people who've been rocking with you, you're clearly against us. It doesn't matter if black, white, green, ocean, whatever the case may be. You
Yeah,
are against us. We are here to basically protect our people. I'm putting our people away. They attacked our people. So that's it. You out the mix. And that's what I feel like Magneto is trying to prove, trying to do, and trying to basically send that message out. But even more so to like even take it deeper, this is once again, I think what Bastion basically wanted is I'm trying to implode the problem. I'm not trying to attack it, but if I can get from within and implode the problem, i.e., showing that Xavier is
right,
still alive, showing that, I can basically kill off the mutants and stuff like that without having to really put my hands a part of it. Like
right.
they're all imploding. Like this is an insane to watch them just go against each other, but not realize the bigger picture,
The bigger
which is,
picture.
yo, you got to stop Bastion. Like he's the reason why all this stuff is
So
started.
let's. I'm glad you brought that up because while one of the X-Men teams, one of the blue or gold teams, I think it was the blue team. Yeah, it was the blue team. The blue team went to Asteroid Dam to go face off with Magneto. We had the gold team trying to put a stop to Bastion and put that little scrambler thing to try to get him to release control of the Sentinels. So we have Forge. What we got? Yo, Mr. Sitters. Yes, we're getting into that. We're getting into that. We're definitely getting into that. So we have Forge, Storm, um, Cable. We have Morph, right? And we have Beast. So they're traveling down to an island to go face off with Bastion.
Mm-hmm.
So Bastion is powering. He is the power unit. Now remember, Magneto shut the Earth down. It is a blackout. There is no power. There's no electricity. There's no free energy. There's none of that shit. He shut that shit down. But Bastion, his power, he can control them. He could be the power unit for all Sentinels, right? So when they're getting close to the island, he knows they're approaching, and he gets his Sentinel army ready, and he's controlling them one by one. And they're
Mm-hmm.
using his voice now. They had a certain voice before. They're all his voice because he's controlling them like puppets. So they're going. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But I was gonna say, just to answer E. Bradley's why didn't Magneto attack Bastion? I think, from my perspective, and this is just a hypothesis, I think Magneto thought I've shut down literally everything.
Right.
So at this point, all you gotta deal is with me. He's
Right.
not focused on the aspect of, oh, is Bastion still there? If there's Sentinels, whatever the case may be. He's like, I already shut the power down to the whole planet. Period. When this
Right.
goes, it goes. So
Right.
I think that's why he's not concerned about Bastion at this point.
Bishop. I think Bishop does return. Doc. I think he has to return for this last episode because he was brought up. He was brought up. Rogue brought him up in this episode. It was like, where is he? Where's even Bishop at? You know what I'm saying? So that's like a little Easter egg for us to be ready for him to return on the 10th episode. Jen's back. Wow, George has so much to say. Let other people talk, Jorge. Let other people talk.
Right, all right.
Yo, but Master of Puppets. Master of Puppets. Yes, that is Bastion, the Master of Puppets. So yeah, so he knows they're approaching. He gets his army ready. They start attacking. Then Storm has great dialogue with Jean and tells her, what Jean tells her, yeah, go weather something like along the lines of go weather the storm or go weather the mine, something like that. And then Storm was like, you go mine the weather, whatever it was said, it was a great dialogue, and then they pill, right?
Right.
So Storm and Forge are taking on the Sentinels. Jean is using her telekinetic and a force field, and then she's bringing everybody down to the island. So they get down to the island, they start fighting more Sentinels, but then Jean faces off with Sinister, which was a great fight. They said he was separated from Cable. Yeah. So Jean goes off against Sinister, and Sinister literally says, "Hey, I know your genes, Jean. I know your weaknesses. I know your strengths." And then gets to the point a little later was like, "Hey, if you want to know when I switched you, just ask nicely." You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like,
It's a mental game, okay?
Writing.
All of this is about mentally messing with your mind. He played it with Jean. They played it with Morph. Everybody's mental is getting played with in this episode, and that's why it was so great, because your mental is messed up.
Obley Swagger 10 says, "Well, Professor X informed Magneto that they had a plan for Baz. They did. He did, but Magneto's not trying to hear that shit. And what's going down right now is Sinister versus Jean, and we get to see Jean. I mean, we never seen Jean outside of being the Phoenix, like really use her powers in such a way with the movements and everything. That's what this animation is doing, man. Like the movements are crazy. So she's actually having these boss battles with different villains now in ways we never got to see it because of the animation. Doc's back again, and Doc says maybe Madeline's conscience unites with Jean. Yes, I believe that, to win over Cable, and the Phoenix comes forth. Now that's what I'm looking for. Comes forth from Jean's subconscious mind. So that's one of the things I wanted to get into a little later, but we can talk about it now. I do believe, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I've been right a lot.
Yes, you have. You've been on point.
Thank you. If for Jean to survive this type of power that Cable was throwing at her, this is where the Phoenix comes in. And you remember, in the intros, the intros are an integral plot of the show every week. Every week. They've been showing the Phoenix in the intro for about 6-7 weeks. Right? 6-7 weeks. It is time to unleash the Phoenix. I think the Phoenix is going to rise. And that's when she said, Scott, I love you was off, that's probably when the Phoenix pops up. Just pay attention, y'all.
Makes the most sense. I need to also stop hitting skip recap and skip intro, because that's also my problem. I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm trying to get to.
It's a normal thing. It's normal. But with X-Men, you got to watch the intros. So Frog Midas is back, and he says, so that's what a technological push is for. Yeah, that's exactly what the shit is for. Then we got Papa Reyes 916. Could someone please explain to me why do they keep representing Cyclops so poorly? Now, listen now. I want to disagree. I think they're portraying Cyclops the best way we've seen him in any adaptation of X-Men. We're watching his arc right now is going from literally the teacher's pet to a radical, which he became in the comics, right? Now he ended up in the Avengers versus X-Men storyline from a few years ago. He ended up killing Professor X. So him shooting at Professor X at his hovering thing, replace the wheelchair, his little hovering device, like that's nothing compared to what he did in the comics, because he blasted the shit out of Xavier.
Man, I never.
So we listen, all things come into play because they're throwing so many storylines. Doc is back again. Doc says, I've been on point. I said the Eagles wouldn't make it out the Super Bowl. Now, god damn, man, we don't got time for this shit right now.
So are we
Doc,
really
put your team down below, Doc. I want to know who your team is, Doc. I want to know who your team is.
Babbly Swagger 10 says, so are we really going to address the elephant in the room with Wolverine's fate? As we kind of stated earlier, not me. Haas basically stated it. He's going to be deformed. So essentially, he's going to be deformed and deranged, which honestly, like I said, it could have been a better cliffhanger to give us. moving into the next week and our final episode for the season, because it's like what can happen after this. I'm over here thinking you just basically
He
took him
dead.
out. We lost him.
Yeah,
done lost.
E. Bradley's back. I wonder if Cable's using his power to allow the technovirus to take over. So, all right, I'm glad he brought that up too. So the thing with Cable, right, with Nathan Summers. So you guys obviously we seen it in the show. You saw that Sinister infected him with the technovirus, right? The technovirus when he was a baby, he had to get sent into the future, right?
Mhm.
We all remember that, right? So, what the thing that happens with Cable is that, all right, he's a powerful telekinetic, like his mama, right? But he can't use that power so often because he has to use his powers to keep the techno-organic virus in check. So that's why he doesn't use it. The reason why he's using it so much now is because Senator has control. But what's probably going to happen is that he's going to start succumbing to this techno-organic virus. So he's going to be, it's not going to kill him, but he's probably going to be weakened, right? He's probably going to be weakened. Whether the Phoenix comes out, which there's a lot of signs saying the Phoenix is going to come out. Whether that happens, he's already going to be weakened because he's not supposed to overuse his powers because he has to use his powers to keep his sickness in check. So we got to see what happens in episode 10. But that's a great point. That was who was that? Oh yeah,
Oh
that
wait,
was
yeah,
E.
that was
Bradley.
Bradley.
E. Bradley, right? That was a
And
great
then-
point. And Patriots and 49ers. Hold up, Doc. Come on, man. Patriots
Here's
and
a-
40. Can you pick one? Can we pick
Something
one?
else. Doc, do something else. Here's a question. Was it then an indirect shot to, I guess, Deadpool's Cable when basically Scott said, "Oh, here's your uniform." He's like, "What am I, in a circus or a team?" He was like, "Oh, at least it is a black leather." Was that a shot?
No, but it was a shot, but not at Cable. So here's the shot. So in X-Men, the first X-Men movie from 2000,
Mhm.
Scott, they're all in the Blackbird. It's Scott and Wolverine and Storm and Jean. And Scott and Wolverine's like, this is what we're wearing basically. And Scott's like, what do you prefer? Yellow spandex? So it was a reverse shot at the movies because why the fuck are they in black leather? Like nobody wanted to see them in black leather. But at the time, Bryan Singer, who did not want comics on set, this is where Kevin Feige came in as one of the junior, low-level producers on the movie. He was sneaking comics over to Hugh Jackman and other actors so they can understand who these characters were. But Bryan Singer, he didn't want no comics involved. He wanted the a story of his own basically, and he wanted them in black leather. Now, mind you, he's been involved in some weird shit, some pedophile shit, and all kinds of shit. So there you go. All right, there you go. But that's what it is. So that's the shot. The shot was at Bryan Singer's X-Men for wearing that leather. All right. Obley Swagger 10 says, it's wild now that I am an adult. I agree with Magneto, as much of us do. But as a teenager, I would have run through a wall for Professor X. Do you feel the same?
That's
yes.
so true.
No. We
That's
all
so
have.
true.
And this is what I keep talking about, a theme that I keep saying on the pod. Like, those were Saturday morning cartoons, and we were children back then. Like, we were kids, preteens, teens, and younger kids. Like, so yeah, we thought good and evil was black and white pretty much. Like, it was it's just one way or the other. As you come to find out as an adult, that line is blurred. And it's a thick line too. Like, it's blurred. So your villains are not exactly villains, and your heroes are not exactly heroes.
Right.
So what is good and what is evil? That line is blurred, and that's where we're at right now. Because Magneto's doing heroic work, but also doing villainous deeds. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he's a hero. Like, Leech put his life on the line, believing in Magneto.
Yep.
Right? And Magneto, which hurt Magneto, because he said, I made a promise to a boy and I had to watch his eyes vaporize in his skull because he believed in me. Excellent writing, Bo DeMeo. I mean, I can't say enough about this cat. Like, this is so he was heroic because he was trying. I mean, Magneto went out his way to go save the Morlocks. Went out his way. He said a promise was made. So he is a hero, but yet he has the whole earth in the palm of his hand. He is a villain. He is both. It's not. It's beyond anti-hero. It's beyond anti-villain. Whatever you want to call it. Doc's back again. Cap about to make Bastion kiss America's ass. Fuck no. Cap can't win that battle.
Cap is still walking. He's still walking to
Yeah.
go grab his shield. He hasn't made it back. He was supposed to be here.
I
I don't know
wouldn't be
where
shocked
he at.
if we see an Avengers team and Cap doesn't show up because he can't find his motherfucking shield.
Just there with two fists.
Oakley-
Just
Yeah, just gone. Oakley Swagger 10 says, and he's back. I'm definitely joining Magneto. Like so right now, as we are going through the pod, like a lot of you out there are taking Magneto's side, which I am too, because he is right. He's just being real extreme about it. Dragonfire says Magneto's taking a page from the Batman book.
Interesting, right?
Yeah. If you go into your darker Batman stories, yeah, absolutely. Just
nah, I can't find it. You don't gotta lie for him. You don't
But-
gotta lie for him.
but Batman rarely ever kills. I mean, it's happened, but he does not believe in killing. So Magneto doesn't give a fuck who died during his depowering of the Earth's magnetic field. He killed basically thousands, possibly millions of people doing that. Because think about shutting the Earth down and shit crashing and people being on airplanes and airplanes being scrambled and shit like that. Like, he shut everything down. People died. He doesn't care. Doc's back again. He says, here's something I don't think we're giving any thought to, the Shi'ar. So that's another thing too. So the Shi'ar, which sent Xavier on autopilot, we can't stress that enough, sent him back with no armor. Here, you put on this motherfucking astronaut suit, you get in our weakest pod, and you get the fuck out of here if you don't want to be part of this.
In that
so they
fashion.
so they crashed them into the mansion, right? So it's a possibility that they can come and show up, but I don't think they give a fuck anymore. Or they never did, to be honest with you. They did not want to be a part of what Xavier had going on.
I most definitely did.
Doc
Doc.
said, did you dismiss the
I
Shi'ar?
most definitely did. I had,
And I
the
think
most-
I want to dismiss them too, because unless he connects with Leandra and it's like, yo, desperate times ask for desperate measures, he's not gonna get that support. That's
the
what I think.
moment that they mentioned Ghetto Milky Way, I have
There
forever
you go.
said
Yeah.
you skedaddle.
Yeah, you're right. Oh,
Ghetto Milky Way.
Swagger 10 says the dark side of Marvel is what you fans need.
Yeah,
Yo, 100%.
Agree.
100%. There's a reason why the Age of the Apocalypse storyline is so popular, because it's dark as fuck. It is a dystopian future, alternate present. It is dark as fuck, and we like dark. Like even not just to get off subject, but Transformers the movie when we were kids, dark, and that's what makes it so classic. Because nobody expected Optimus Prime to die. He turned black and died. Like, that was traumatizing. Kids were crying all over the place. But we love dark. We may not want to see it sometimes, but we love it. Doc's back. He says, now, when Gladiator shows up and starts tossing people, I mean, he has the powers to do that, but I just don't think that's happening. I don't think the Shi'ar is fucking with Xavier right now.
Wait, Jorge.
Jorge, Doc wants to know if you think the Shi'ar are coming.
I don't know, dude. I'm team neutral. I'm Switzerland here.
Oh,
God.
Switch.
Way to take the fun out of
Yo,
this.
but
Way to
let's
take
keep-
the fun.
Yo, let's keep everybody keep Doc. Let's keep tabs on Doc with his prediction that the Shi'ar are going to come.
Doc,
Next
it's
week-
noted. We noted it down. All right.
We'll be back when we come back in a week. We're gonna come back to what you're saying. So we see the Shi'ar. It's all you, brother. It's all you. Transformers the movie in '86 was the word. Yeah, the word. Damn, what a moment. That's what I'm talking about. We like dark. And the best thing that ever happened to X-Men '97 is that they took it there. They took it there. I mean, so many times throughout the season, they took it there with the Goblin Queen. They took it there with Gambit and Genosha.
But the thing is, they had to. because
You're
we're
right.
older now.
Yes, we're grown. They made
had
the
to
show
go
for
dark.
us.
They can't be campy like they did in the 90s when we were Saturday morning stuffing our face with cereal and watching the
Right.
good guys prevail.
Right. And that's the thing. The Bo DeMayo realized, because he watched the show when he was a kid too, right? When he was younger. So he realized, I grew up. I got to write something for me. And when he said for me, it means for the people in my demographic that grew up with this show. This show is for us. Like all of us in here, all of us talking about it, everybody out there that's giving us comments on the pod. Like, this show is for us. It's not even for our kids. Our kids can watch it. Our little ones can watch it, but
they're not
it's
gonna
for
understand.
us. That's right. Doc, again, killing it with these comments, man. Much appreciation.
Yeah.
Ultra Mag. Oh God, he went there. Ultra Magnus tried to open the Matrix and said, "Open, damn it, open." Yeah, I remember. He blew up. Ultra Magnus blew up. Oh, what that movie's dark, man. Transformers movie is dark. Had kids crying all over the place in '86. But yeah, so right now, we go through one more comment from Swagger 10. Who gets killed off in the season finale? Good question, and we're gonna attack that. So we're gonna talk more about episode 9 on Monday, or not episode 9, the final episode 10, our predictions and stuff. So I kind of want to save that for Monday, but we're gonna Swagger 10. We're gonna bring it up. We're gonna bring it up for sure because something's got to be permanent. Dragonfire, yes, this show is for our generation. Absolutely. But back to episode 9. They left us, like I said, with the cliffhanger with the Wolverine. Like I said in the comics, he was deformed, feral. Like, I don't know where they're gonna go with it because, as it's a show, they're gonna change some things along the way. But it's a possibility this guy might be deformed. We don't. How Jean's going to overcome what Cable did. Is she going to turn into the Phoenix? We got to watch out for that. Word to Doc, the Shi'ar might pop up. So we're throwing that in there for you, Doc. Throwing that in there. Doc, again, I think given that they showed so many, there's going to be an influx of Marvel characters that come to the aid of X-Men more than likely. Yeah, so what I said on Monday, one of my predictions was there was going to be like a damn near Royal Rumble match, three-way match between a couple of X-Men teams and the Avengers, right? So I said there would be a team of X-Men fighting Magneto. There would be a team following Magneto, which we got. We got those. Now, remember, Professor X was talking to President Kelly, and President Kelly's like, "Yo, we got to go strike at Magneto now." And Professor X is like, "Yo, let me reason with him. If you can't trust me, trust my X-Men." This is where the Avengers come into play. And as long as Captain America finds his shield, I wouldn't be shocked. I would not be shocked if we get the Avengers versus X-Men / Magneto. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy if that happens.
Somebody said he was going to be here at 10:30.
Oh, he said he's going to be here.
He said he's going to be here at 10:30. Wait,
yeah. Yo, the X-Men. So think about. Hold up. He said 10:30.
He said he's going to be here at 10:30. Where you at?
Where's Steve Rogers? He's supposed to be here.
You're making us look bad in this ghetto Milky Way.
Oh, the ghetto Milky Way. But yo, like the Avengers going to be at some point. I'm shocked they didn't pop up in this episode because time's running out on the Earth. Period. So I do expect the Avengers to show up in episode 10. I would expect that more than Doc saying the Shi'ar is going to pop up. But Doc, we got you in there, man. Like the betting odds.
You're locked in, bro.
We should do betting odds and stuff and have overs and unders if the Shi'ar is going to pop up. We should do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, Haas is going to be the one that's taking shots. We'll put that into play.
Do we got any more comments?
I think we're good.
Actually, hold on 1 second. We had someone reach out. What did we say?
Let's take a few more comments or questions, and yes, we could be on our merry way.
Yeah. We have cannabis treats if y'all are interested. Of course,
Of course. Why not? Why not? I have problems sleeping. That sounds like it works.
That's something for him. But thank you for the offer.
Yeah. I think we're good now. I think we're
I
good.
think
We're
we're
good.
solid. All right, awesome.
All right, so that's the show, everybody.
Yeah,
I mean,
guys.
what a crazy episode. Crazy episode, crazy ending. Monday on the pod. We're back. We're gonna talk a little bit more with facts. We're gonna have facts back. We're gonna talk a little bit more about episode 9, but we're definitely gonna predict what's gonna happen in episode 10. So make sure you guys subscribe, share our videos with your friends, build a community, and we will see y'all on Monday. Mr. Biggs, peace out. What
All
he
right,
said?
guys.
What,
Oh.
peace.
It don't matter. We'll see you later.
We'll catch you.
Peace.
Peace.
Yes. All right, but the outro.